Welcome to today's Queen's Couch podcast, Resilient Voices International Women's Day special series. So today's episode, Building Confidence and Improving Business, explores the powerful connection between internal clarity and external success. And I'm privileged to be joined by Zdenka, a coach and trainer who has rebuilt her life through profound challenges and now helps others create sustainable success by strengthening internal foundation. Zdenka, we're honored to have you here today.
Oh, thank you very much for this welcome. I'm honored as well. Thank you for having me and joining me.
Awesome. So you've navigated immense personal hardship. How did those experiences shape your understanding of resilience and rebuilding, not just a life, but a purposeful business?
Yeah, after many battles and battlefields, if you have no other choice than to be strong, you don't recognize it as strong until you are willing to learn from this hardship how to make your life easier, how to learn the lessons, to take as well mentorship, to read, to study, to rediscover yourself. It was a deep research from within, and at least even, to go to higher instances. And then from there, it empowers me to go the way of my mission, my authentic mission. Yeah, on this way, you have to learn to be alone, to stand for yourself, to be misunderstood, it's a part which, you have to learn as well, that it's not to be likable, but to become you in your version, authentic, and to give value. Value is not always popular. And to listen to your intuition and being willing to update yourself and rediscover and the meaning
Yeah.
and purpose. But it's a strong connection to God. It leads me, all the ways leads to God, and from God, this inspiration to tell you, to empower me and tell you have, this trust and faith into life, into, God, into as well people and yourself, the most
Yeah.
important, and yourself as well. And then from there, you can move into direction. Maybe I'm born for something else. If I get this feedback, I'm not for it, not that to satisfy the, the field of others and what they
Yeah.
expect from you, but to be really yourself and to develop yourself, even if it means that you have to disappoint, their view of you, how they
Yeah.
see you. Yes.
So it's all about bringing you back into your authentic self and discovering what your actual authenticity is.
Yeah. The core.
Yeah, the core. Yeah, nice. And you speak about the importance of a clear internal structure. What does that actually mean in practice? And where should someone begin if they feel internally scattered or overwhelmed?
I love this question. I must, I was fascinated. Yeah, good that she's asking about this internal structure. It's all how we are, how we see ourselves. If I say I'm not good at it, I will create such results. Yeah, I will in the school, I will create bad rates in life. I will, automatically be discouraged. I'm not good at it, and I'm not going on this side. Yeah. And
Yeah.
if I have this structure, the mindset, yes, I can, then I'm going to have a structure, a certain structure, and then to ask the right question, to take the right, it's about reorganization. We all have, let's say, it's about the update from within, self-actualization, map in NLP, what I'm coach for.
Yeah.
They say every map is no territory, and we have a certain view of the territory. We have to self-actualize our maps of territories so that we have better results. And if the structure is not good, not clear, on point, not updated, like our knowledge and self-knowledge, the structure, will not be good, and the result as well. If we structure ourselves, let's say, empowering, powerful in certain ways, which can be learned by NLP, very, as well logically on the subconscious level, how you project on the modality, so to say, unconscious level, pictures, about something. So this is what I mean, to restructure ourselves. Nothing else than, self-concept, that you have this new self-concept, which is clear, which is serving you more. And to accept
Yeah.
it, like, you wear a cloth. Why shouldn't you wear something what you like and fits, because you have many beliefs, how, the older version, or I don't know, the person who felt bad, or you can be anything. You have many women who gets, later on really, attractive and sexy, so to say. Why?
Hmm.
Because they allow themselves, there is
Yeah.
no clutter, more expectation that's not fitting you there. It's only one example, but I want to make it
Yeah.
visual and easy as possible to imagine. It's also, let's say, a structure, what we wear there, everything what's visible in our life, how organized we are, unorganized, everything. This is a structure, our mental structure on
I love
subconscious
that.
level.
I love that because I think as I was really reflecting on that question, having internally that space being scattered, or, we experience it as we feel overwhelmed, but in reality, there's a lot going on internally, isn't it? And
Mm,
you just gave a good example about how, kind of giving the outfit, and, sometimes we choose what we wear and it's a reflection of how we feel internally. And I remember the times I've looked in the past, in the times when I thought, okay, I was going through those difficult moments. And when I look at these pictures and the clothes I was wearing, I was thinking, I wouldn't wear that because I can see that I'm in a different space now. So,
exactly.
but yeah, so we're reflecting sometimes how we feel internally,
Yeah.
in many
Yeah.
ways. You give a good example there.
I love this tool. You bring me to something as well, this space, within
Yeah.
us. It's also the eternal, how much noise internal we have. Yeah. There is always, like a small animal in us, which is, telling us, do more, this more, these voices, which can be, pushing us forward, but also self-critical, at least
Yeah.
by me, very heavy. And, this internal noise, it's a very big disturbance. And if we, recognize it, it's all about, more than less about self-awareness. Nothing else,
Yeah.
self-awareness,
Yeah.
that, it's coming from there. And when you have this noise down, let's say people like Elon Musk or Bill Gates and so on, they don't have this noise. The noise,
Hmm.
they have it, but they know how to handle it, and they know
Yeah.
how to,
Control
slow it,
it.
minimize. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And if you have this, it's all about self-control. If you can
Yes.
overcome yourself, we are our worst enemy. There is no enemy outside. I think
Outside.
it's
Yeah.
all in us, and projection. If we,
Wow.
all in nature, in life, is really friendly, it's only our thoughts and, post-its, which
Yeah.
we put them then.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
you, yeah.
Wow. You're doing an amazing job because the more I think about it, what you're doing is helping people bring themselves into that space where they can thrive. So in your work, you help women declutter their mindset. What is the most common mental or emotional clutter that prevents women from stepping fully into their power?
Yeah, yeah, it's a good. I love this question, how it guides to each other, like a
Yeah.
flow. The previous one is really that, what I want to say, it's really this noise, yeah, these
Yeah.
voices who tells you, it can be mother out, we let some pictures from the past, and, we react to it as would it happen today. The most common beliefs, like, to declutter is almost I'm not good enough. You cannot do it. Who are you? Who are you to think so? We are always
Yeah.
then seeking permission. Am I likable? Will they say
Yeah.
we're good? Is this criteria good? Maybe you are outstanding, but the person, is your concurrency. You don't know. And on this, vital, let's say, points, they are weaken you where they have to strengthen you. And you were in the age which is fragile, and you were looking for this validation,
Yeah.
that's the main, let's say, I would say, declutter this negative beliefs and negative self-talk from
Yeah.
authority, from somewhere about almost authorities or traumatic beliefs, or,
Yeah.
at school, your friends. It
Yeah.
can be a teacher who limits you, but the tendency, in the work of women, I never had a woman who said, I love to think about me positive. I don't never serve this person. Even they are great, they will always keep them and more focus on, to stay grounded and to believe something, you
Yeah.
know, quite the tendency to negative. We are not trained to
Yeah.
this. And why? Why? Why not be
Yeah.
happy?
Yeah.
Why
And I
not be
and I love how you integrate both spiritual and business dimensions into your coaching. It helps because we are not just physical, right? So why
mm,
is that holistic approach essential for sustainable success?
somewhere, I love Bruce Lee. We have one, then I recognize why we are brutally honest. I'm brutally honest towards myself. And he had a great sentence, if we have to combine this, and he shows it in this, we have to combine this, spiritual realm and the mechanical if we have only the spiritual, we won't
Yeah.
be an intellectual at all. We won't be smart. And if we have this other one, we will become mechanic like robotics. So if we combine this, we will get a flow which is more profound and more
Yeah.
healing and more satisfying. If I'm doing something, let's say there is a boss, the most people have their boss, or some kind of authority or teacher. If you do the set and you don't know why I'm doing this, and the most people ask themselves why I'm doing this,
Yeah.
after 30, 40, 50 years, they commit suicide. Why? Because they didn't live, they never, they were always told to satisfy from around.
Others.
If we have
Yeah.
this, this from about, to serve to higher, higher purpose. If
Yes.
we have this mindset, we will show up differently. We will show up the time. We will show up over motivated. Everything will shift and change in our life. And it's not that, this, we have to go back spiritually. I think we have to be alignment with God, with the world. And when we are clear with this, we are clear with everything else.
Absolutely. And I've already got a client for you now that I'm hearing everything you're saying. So we will catch up on that separately. And I hope our audience are also realizing how much value you bring into supporting
Okay.
people to discover themselves and get them into that place of success. So if someone wants to begin creating a life aligned with their own truth and values today, what is that one step they should take?
Maybe the fastest step is, to have a good teacher on, all this, and
And
then
that's
to
you.
apply.
You're a good teacher.
It's NLP, it's NLN. This means neurological levels by Robert Dilts. How to make changes, how to
Yeah.
start. Let's say if you start from the scratch, from, you have certain levels like a pyramid. The highest is this purpose, mission, God. And when you go from there, as I told you, you are empowered. And you have many stars, let's say, who was on the last level of these levels, how to make change. This is surroundings, the field, the social net. You will see them fail. They were very successful, but fail overnight.
Yeah.
Why? Because they weren't prepared for the real transformation and the right order. So essential parts were missing. So I would recommend them really to take a profound coach who can take them step by step and, profoundly holistic work with them to sort it out and to give them the tools to go their own
Yeah.
way. NLP is not
Awesome.
to put you on my side to think like me.
Yeah.
Everybody is his own, but to ask the right question, to ask you the right
Awesome.
question. Yeah,
Awesome.
to start questioning, that your beliefs. That's the first step.
Perfect. So what we're going to do is we'll make sure that we put your LinkedIn, your social media handles in the details for the audience, because they would definitely want to reach out to you. So Zdenka, thank you for that insightful
Okay.
conversation. It's been amazing, and I'm sure we'll have another session where you can give a bit more as well. So thank you. You've
Thank you.
reminded us that confidence isn't just a mindset. It's a structure we build within ourselves, and it directly shapes the businesses and lives we create. So we all need it. So to our listeners, consider this. What internal shift could elevate your external results? Thank you for being part of the Global Queens community. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you for having me.